Coming to you live. Well, not live because we're pre-recording this, but live 5 seconds after Illinois officially defeats Southern 88-60. Carter, they were up big at halftime.
Wait a minute, what?
They were up big at halftime.
You don't say.
Do you have like a piñata or anything? I was thinking we could like actually festively celebrate right now. I know you have a lot of tricks in that basement.
Honestly, there probably I know for a fact in my storage room I have a used piñata. Don't ask me why. I have a feeling that one day I thought I could like patch it back up and just throw stuff back in there, but I'm not going to get that. I'll let that be known right now. But they did. They had a huge halftime lead. Honestly, all in all, I really don't think there's anything that Illini fans should even be upset about this game whatsoever. Are you stretching? What's happening?
No, I'm trying to grab my Illinois jacket because if you don't mind, I'd like to fully buy into Illinois for the rest of the
season. Okay, here we go. After the Southern blowout, that's what's doing it?
Listen, I said I want to see this team play a full 40 minutes. You know what they just did?
Sorry. Played a full 40?
You know what they just did?
No,
they played
Coleman.
A full 40 minutes. That's what they did.
Coleman.
Listen, they played a full 40 minutes. That's all I wanted to see before I said, or before I was willing to say, I'm in on this team. Mark your calendars, record this, do whatever you want. I'm in on this team. I'm in on this Illinois team. Look, I don't know if it's the rest of the middle of the Big Ten that's underwhelming and making me be like, I don't like any of these teams. I'm in to say this is the second best team in the Big Ten. That's where I'm at.
Wow.
And you know what that means for your team?
I was going to say, there was another team in the Big Ten that had themselves a pretty good game today. A pretty good game to cover themselves.
Yeah.
Without a player, just like Illinois did.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of similarities there. I think the main reason I would say I have Illinois over Michigan State right now is that I was more impressed with Illinois against Marquette than I was with Michigan State against Duke.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Like, I'm fine calling them like 2A and 2B if you want to. Like, I don't have a major issue here. I just here's where I'm at with Illinois, and then I do want to play a quick like how concerned are you game. I just think they're super deep. Like when we go down Michigan State's roster, I know we talk the depth was a huge thing about their team on paper, but like I don't know, like Xavier Booker doesn't look super playable. Like you just said in the Michigan State recap that we did, we don't like Michigan State centers. Holloman went nuclear tonight, but normally we don't feel like he's the most playable guy. Illinois' 11th guy is like playable.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like their 11th guy is Moretti, who like looks really good.
Yeah, I was actually very, very close to thinking about like Moretti needs to like find his way into the rotation. Like I'm not saying like into the major rotation, but I feel like Moretti's play has garnered him at least 8 minutes. I believe he was getting some DMPs before this, correct?
I think he's played like you know what? I don't want to definitively say and be wrong, but okay. He's played in the cupcake games as far as I know.
Okay, I will say this though. I think that Illinois, and this is not me, this is gonna come across as trying to like clickbait or do something like that, but I actually believe this. You mentioned that they're like deeper than Michigan State. They're the deepest team in the Big Ten currently.
Yeah,
the deepest. Like you could say, like Zach Edey, Braden Smith, Lawyer, all those guys, they're good. Don't get me wrong. A lot of that's carried by how goddamn good Edey and Braden Smith are. Like, but we also had on paper before coming to the season, like how we thought TKR would be something and do all these things. And honestly, those guys aren't really doing something. You go down the list, you got guys that are producing. Terrence Shannon Jr. producing. Damas producing. Gary A. had a tough couple stretch the last couple games. Came to this game, had 10-6. Dane Danger, once again, putting up 12-4 like it's nothing. He just does that every single game. They're getting contributions from Ty Rodgers, Hansberry, Luke Goody's been good off the bench. Like, they're really, like, getting a lot out of this team. And also, I'd be remiss if I did not point out that my guy, Justin Harmon, had 9 in this game. Someone was really mean to me in the comments when I said end of the season lineup would have Justin Harmon as the point guard. I still believe that. I think Justin Harmon is very talented. And if there are point guard issues with this team, I think that Justin Harmon could be a guy to fill that. But that's not an issue right now because this team is winning games against teams they should win against, and they're winning easily. So credit to them for doing so.
I love my games. I'm realizing on the fly that Michigan State and Illinois are like the same team. They're both super deep. They both probably can't shoot. They both have an All-American, and the season's going to go as far as the All-American takes them. Like, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams right now. I want to okay, why I like Illinois and why I'm so excited about their depth. I feel like you can go up and down this roster, and the way you just said Justin Harmon's your guy, I think I have a lot of my guys on this team, and I want to do that real quick.
Wait, hold on. Do you have a lot of everyday guys?
Look, you got to show up some days. These guys show up a lot of days. Is it every day? I think so. I don't know. I like this team. Like Quincy Guerrier, can we just do a quick, like, is he our guy or not check? Is Quincy Guerrier our guy?
Yeah.
I was going to say no. If we're saying Quincy Guerrier is our guy, then every guy on this team's our guy.
Can you say like he is our well, I need some parameters when you say
here's where I'm at with this. Dane Danger, our guy.
Okay.
I think you would say Marcus Damask is your guy.
Okay, all right, then yeah, Gary not our guy.
Okay, so Gary not our guy. Dane Danger, our guy. Damask, your guy. Ty Rogers, does he count as your guy?
He's my guy.
Okay, we'll say he's your guy, maybe not our guy. Terrence Shannon, our guy. Amani Hansberry, my guy. I'm claiming him.
Okay.
This kid's good. Hansberry's good. He's good. I'm excited about it. I think he looks
good. He's good.
He looks really, really good for a freshman big right now. Justin Harmon, your guy. Gibbs-Lawhorn, I think our guy, even if his family doesn't like us. Like, Luke Goody, your guy. That's 9 guys on the Illinois team that you think are your guy. And now can we do that with your own team? You don't even have 9 guys on your own team that you would call your guy.
That's hilarious. But I just wanted to be known the phrase, he's our guy, even though his family hates us. It's hilarious.
It's true though. Like I think the whole thing with this Illinois team is like, even if we've been concerned about how it fits or concerned about how difficult it could be to manage, like we love all the individual players and like really believe in their ceilings. And I think that's showing, and they finally played a full complete game. And I'm really excited about it because it happened in a game where like Terrence Shannon was awesome and everybody else played pretty well. They didn't shoot the ball well. That's like really the only thing I can nitpick. And before anybody tries to like box score watch shame us right now, we watched this. I had it on as we were recording some other segments. I had it on the whole time paying attention to it. So to me, like I was really impressed with what they did defensively. I know Southern's not great, but like I thought they were flying around. Southern 5 for 24 from 3. They had 13 turnovers. I thought Illinois was definitely like kind of forcing a lot of those. They weren't just unforced. The big question, like the elephant in the room, is can Illinois shoot or not? We just did this game. We literally just did this with Michigan State. If you take Luke Goody's shot attempts out tonight, 2 for 15 from 3.
You can't take Luke Goody's, but the reason you can't take Luke Goody's out is because you yourself said that Luke Goody is not a shooter. Can we put to bed the rest that Luke Goody's not a shooter thing?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah. I said that last episode. Yes.
Okay, maybe I just wanted to hear it again. Okay.
I'll say it every time you want. Luke Goody is a shooter. I'm not concerned about him anymore.
Okay, that's great. It's a great development.
It's a great development, but nobody else is. This is, again, it's the same problem with Michigan State, dude. Like, okay, you had one guy shoot and you know he's going to shoot every night. Everybody else missed shots. Everybody. Like, this team, I feel like they're only going to look good with shooting when Terrence Shannon makes shots.
And also, let me throw this out there as well while we're doing the whole Michigan State to Illinois comparison. And this might be a reach of some sort, so you can call it out if it is. But there's also a correlation to me is the reason they're not necessarily hitting shots is I don't think they're getting the easiest ones, because on paper, Terrence Shannon going to the rim, that should draw so much content or so much like attention, correct? And it should be like draw attention to him, kick out, because there are guys that can knock down shots. But at the same time, Terrence Shannon Jr. isn't necessarily like the create for others type. You know what I'm saying? Like when he gets going downhill, he's going to score most of the time, which he should do because he's a tank going to the hoop. So it's like if they had more of a table setter or more of a table setter, set guys up type thing, I think guys would get a lot easier looks and guys would be able to knock down some more shots. And that might be just being greedy, honestly, because, for all the narratives about Ty Rodgers playing point guard up until this point of the year, I think he's been just fine, to be honest. I'm not saying he's been great, but to me, he's been fine. And you might feel differently about that. But I just wonder what it would look like if there was kind of like a table setter, get these guys who can shoot like some good, nice open looks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's totally fair. I'm not ever going to have a moment this season where I think this team would be worse with a real point guard. That's not going to happen. So I'm framing it all.
Can I get a comment on the Ty Rodgers has been fine as a point guard statement?
I don't think he has been.
Oh, you don't?
No, I thought Ty was fine in this game. He's not fine as a point guard. He's just not a point guard. He's not a point guard.
I know, but I don't know. Maybe I got a lower bar for him, but I thought he's been serviceable.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like the whole gamut. Can I use the word gamut? I know we got a lot of vocab people, but like the whole gamut of Ty Rodgers at point guard would be that you want to capitalize on mismatches and abuse them to the point of production where that's an offensive engine. And Ty Rodgers isn't abusing his matchups even when he has a mismatch. He ends up with 4 points on like 2 of 3 shooting. So why are we doing all that if Ty's not getting like 12 points a game at the rim? Yeah,
I guess. But like, what else? Has there been one where you're like, oh, he should just be like dominating this point guard matchup?
No, because he can't. So like that's the thing is there's like, unless you're playing Southern, which tonight he didn't even dominate, but that's the thing is Illinois can still be really good while Ty doesn't do any of that. I just wouldn't do it. If I was Brad Underwood, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Ty's the point guard. This is everything we're doing, because I don't see the trade-off of production that you would want to see to do something that creative. So they can still be awesome. I think they are still really, really good. Like, I think this is the clear second best team in the Big Ten. Again, that says a lot about the Big Ten, but like to me, top 20-ish team in the country. And I am back to the prediction stuff we did preseason. Buying that this could be the year they make a run. Hell yes. Hell yes. I see that with this team because it's not a joke. This team likes each other way more than other teams have right now. Will that continue? I think it probably will. That would be my prediction. We got to wait and see. But there's not the obvious red flags that there were in the past, at least last season, where this year it's like, okay, yeah, everybody likes each other. And even the guys who might have some concerns seem pretty bought in right now. And it's good. And honestly, the sincere development, I think, is a big part of that. Like, you remove a guy from a team that had 12 guys wanting to play. Now 11 guys get to play a little more, It's kind of good.
Things are going extremely well in Champaign.
It's like Survivor. They had to vote someone out of their alliance, and now like everybody else gets the rewards at the next challenge. Like, that's what happened here for Illinois. They had to vote Sincere off. He voted himself off because he saw the writing on the wall, and now he's out, and now everybody else gets one extra piece of rice.
Yeah, and it was like that one Survivor character that like everybody loves. So like it was emotional when he got voted off. He's like, I understand why you guys voted me off. Yeah,
he got the hero edit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I kind of love this angle.
I think we're on fire right now. To wrap this, Southern's obviously not good. They're also not the worst cupcake Illinois has played. Like, Eastern Illinois and Valpo are worse than Southern. Southern, like, to me, it does matter that Illinois created so much separation early in this game. And they flipped the switch around the 10-minute mark in the first half of this game instead of at halftime. That bodes well. You're starting to see this. Illinois currently 15th in the country defensively on KenPom. That's how they're going to win a lot of games. It's like just beast mode defensive right now. Offense down at 65. They got to get there. Mostly the 3-point shooting that's holding them back there. Like, everything else is okay. But 3 points and assists percentage are not great, which is what we would expect based on this roster. I think there is a lower ceiling with their offense than there is with their defense, where I think they could be like best in the country defensively. I want to play how concerned are you? I'm going to throw concerns at you. I want you to tell me small, medium, large. We have a new scale every time we do this. Small, medium, large. How concerned are you for this concern? Okay, you good with that?
Is that a fat joke?
Not yet. It's not, but we'll see where it goes. How concerned are you? Small, medium, or large? Illinois shooting stinks. 5 for 22 from 3. How concerned are you?
Medium.
Okay. Medium. Would you like to elaborate or no?
I just think I think they got guys that I trust to knock down shots on this team.
Okay. All right. We can work with that. More turnovers than assists. 21 turnovers, 18 assists tonight.
Large, because it's happened more than once this season. I think it's been something that has reared its ugly head quite often, even though it's early.
Okay. Marcus Damask tonight, quiet, 1 for 3. Everybody was hyping him up as the third, maybe second best player on his team. He's had a couple straight quiet nights.
Small. I'm not concerned about Damask. I think he knows his role and he knows when he needs to do what he needs to do. I think he'll just always just do what he has to do.
Okay. And final concern, I think kind of goes in line with my second one. Point guard. I have no numbers, just point guard. How concerned are you? Small, medium, large?
So I'm actually small.
Okay.
I'm actually small. And the reason why I am small is because I look down the line here, and I think that there's other viable options to throw into that PG role if they need it. I think guys like Harmon, I think guys like Moretti could possibly be thrown into that situation and take a little bit of pressure off Ty Rodgers as a point guard.
Okay. Final,
maybe even Gibbs-lawhorn. Who knows?
One final speed round question. This is no longer part of the game. It's just a question. How many minutes per game should Dane Danger play?
20.
I like that answer. I think it's going to be a lot less, though.
I know, and it's a travesty.
I just hate that they're only using him in the blowout games. I hate it.
Dane, my brother. I know there's a 2-time transfer rule, but there's something I can do. I got 32 for you in East Lansing on everything I love.
Okay, actual final question. I joked at this in the Michigan State segment. I made a complete joke when I opened the segment with this. Is there any chance that Illinois is actually better without Coleman?
No.
You hesitated, though. You took a lot of time with that.
The only reason I did is because I started thinking about like these last couple games, but Coleman was hurt those games. I think when Coleman was healthy, you saw what he could be.
I think Illinois needs Coleman to reach their ceiling for sure. If they want to be like Final Four ceiling, they need Coleman Hawkins. If they just want to be like good team, make the tournament, they don't need Coleman Hawkins.
I'm sorry for hesitating, Coleman. You know I don't mean that.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. You thought on that.
Well. I know this is not a live reaction pod, but I just got a walk-on bucket by a guy on Dayton to cover 15.5, and it was absolutely massive. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you're betting on Dayton against Houston. This is why I love college basketball season. You're out here sweating 15.5 with Dayton. Washington is on pace to score 120 points against San Diego State right now.
Wait, I need San Diego State money line. What's the score to that game?
28-25 with 8 minutes left in the first half.
Aren't they supposed to check?
Washington is like, we have Severe Wheeler like hitting step back threes, talking shit right now. It's actually a wildly entertaining game.
Let me lock in.
Congrats, Illinois. Very fun win tonight. You guys looked pretty good, other than all the turnovers, more than assists, and all the missed shots and everything else. But you looked really good, and I'm all the way in on you.
But you look good, and I'm all the way in.
We love it. We'll see you next time. Subscribe to Sleepers Media. I think a lot of you already do, but we're going to do recaps and previews for a bunch of teams this season. That's brand new. We're going to partner with some of the lovely folks over at Heat Check and maybe some other friends in the college basketball world. So click subscribe while you're over here. Go check out the channel where you can see all of our recaps and previews, way more than just Illinois stuff. We'll be back next time. Goodbye.